Hi, hope you're having a great day. It has kind of become a tradition on my channel to have a bonus video out on Christmas. I started this a few years ago because I know the holidays can be a difficult time for some people, and maybe just like a 20-minute video can act as a distraction for a little bit. Although you can see that I'm writing on the 23rd, this video is actually a compilation of several days because there was no way I could fit everything in 24 hours. There is some order packing, some designing, painting, baking, even crafting with clay. I don't know, it's like a whole mishmash of things. So I hope you enjoy the video. As usual, I made my cup of coffee, and I'm a very simple person. I just do instant coffee. I do love a good espresso or Americano or cappuccino, but those are more like treat days, you know? On a daily basis, I just chug instant coffee. Anyways, I just wrote down my to-do list and answered today's prompt. If you're curious how emails are responded to, 90% of the time, this is it. I have a desk with that thingy with a box and my laptop. Okay, I don't have a tripod here, so you are propped up against a business card holder. Hopefully you can see things though. But I am gonna get started with packing orders. By the way, this is a Lamy Safari, and I don't think I've shown this before, but this was gifted to me by the daughter of one of my employees. If you have ordered before and you are familiar with my staff, Jan's daughter gave this to me, so it is very, very special. TWSBI. Sneak peek of some reusable sticker book. I am obsessed. This is the other reusable sticker book, and I already did a bigger version of this, but I decided to remake this in A6 size. Okay, so I have gotten a few requests to do a house tour, which I won't be doing just for privacy reasons, but I will show little bits that aren't identifiable. So this is supposed to be like a living room space, but because I don't really chill out, I guess. This is basically where I work outside of the office. I have this ledge that came with this place, and that is a photo book of my nephew, so adorable. And then that is my YouTube silver play button, and then this painting I did just for this place. As you can see, it is a bunch of sardines, olives, lemon, chili peppers, tomato, salt, and a giant emoji. I do like how this turned out, but I'm not very happy with this part where like the emoji is like outlined. So I'm gonna actually take this off and fix it up because I want to be happy with it. So there's a slight issue. I am running low on white acrylic paint, and obviously I need some white, so fingers crossed this is okay. This was supposed to be a very quick fix, and I'm very happy that I changed it to this light gray, but I just spent like 30 more minutes fixing other stuff. I worked on the salt for a little bit, and then I added some texture with yellow paint, just at random spots. I have to get back to work, but very happy with how this turned out. Alright, so I went to the gym, got some things done, and now I want to bake some Christmas muffins, which I'm really excited about. So I have this set of wooden stamps, which I don't know where I got it from. I just found it during my move. And I have also these two ink colors. This one might be a little bit too purple actually, and I can't really tell what color pine cone is. Let's do a little test. Yeah, okay, I think that's a brown, which I feel like will go with the whole Christmas theme pretty well. So let's do that. I think it's pretty much a tradition at this point to have a baking segment in all of my Christmas videos. I think last year I made biscotti, which was quite a challenge. For this year, again, because I just moved, I have been spending a lot of money, just random things I am used to having at my parents' house. I suddenly realized that it didn't come out of thin air and I have to actually buy it. So anyways, it's a lot. So I didn't want to go out and buy a bunch of different ingredients. So I just used a bunch of random stuff that my parents had left over and made my own recipe. I am recording this voiceover after the fact, and the muffins did turn out pretty well, but I wouldn't follow the recipe that I have written there. I'm sure there are much better muffin recipes out there. I always get nervous when stamping, so I want to do a test. Okay, that looks pretty good. We are gonna get started with baking. I am gonna make cranberry white chocolate muffins. I did buy white chocolate and cranberries, but for the rest of the ingredients, like the actual muffin, I am just making up my own recipe and using random stuff that I have left over. So fingers crossed it turns out well. Okay, I don't have a cooling rack, so I'm using some chopsticks as my cooling rack. They don't look very appetizing. I think they didn't brown very well because I didn't add enough sugar, but for the fact that they are plant-based, I think they look okay, and they do smell very good. Okay, so I used to be really into polymer clay back in elementary school, and I haven't touched it in like 10 years. So let's see if I still got it. I have a very specific vision in mind, so I only got what I needed, and I tried to restrain myself from getting all of the colors. I just got white, this is chocolate, and this is morning breeze. I have been lucky enough to receive a lot of ink samples from friends, customers, etc. And I don't really use them because they usually come in little plastic vials, which I'm sketching on the page, and they aren't very stable. I'm always worried about them toppling over and spilling everywhere. And yes, I can use a syringe. There are actual like vial holders out on the market, but I wanted to make a cute one out of polymer clay, and my idea was to build an ink bottle which I can put the vial in it, and it actually looks like I'm inking my pen from an ink bottle. Again, it has been about a decade since I have worked with polymer clay, and I I definitely felt that. I think I was a little bit too ambitious. Before in elementary school, I remember I used to always make little cute sculptures, like very small charms and keychains, but I have never made like a bigger sculpture that is functional and hollow in the middle. I didn't have a mat, so I used a clear file folder, and I also didn't have a rolling pin, so I tried to use my Mildliner marker as my rolling pin, but that didn't help much, as you can see. Another thing that didn't cross my mind for some reason is that, again, I just moved and I don't have like my baking supplies, so I didn't have like my baking trays, I didn't have parchment paper, and you have to bake polymer clay. So I started panicking a little bit because my oven was already preheating, and I thought about how bakers often use silicone mats instead of parchment paper, and I remembered that I have these reusable Ziploc bags that are made out of silicone. They're called stasher bags. I googled it and it said that stasher bags can be baked. So I ended up using my reusable silicone bags as my baking tray and parchment paper. I was just a little bit afraid of burning my house down, but I am still here, so it worked out in the end. This is how it turned out. It's looking a little rough, not gonna lie. I applied 2 layers of satin varnish, so that's why there's like a little shininess going on, and you can see like all of my nail marks and fingerprints, and yeah, it's not the best, but that's okay. The main purpose is to be able to hold this file so that when I ink up my pen, it's not gonna like topple over. I think now that I have reignited my passion for polymer clay, I will try to make another one, but that is for a different day. We are witnessing a master calligrapher.
Are we? Okay.
Wow.
And then to draw with it. So it's like the blackest of all black is how they market it.
Oh, more than carbon black?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Hello from my computer. I'm working on the 2025 subscription infographic. I already posted part 1 last week, which was the themes and schedule, and then I am hoping to post the second part this week. I decided to split it into 2 announcements just because I felt like there was so much information and it would be very overwhelming to read everything all at once. So hopefully that was a good decision, and I will post the information whenever it's ready. Exciting! I have a package to open. This is from Uncommon Goods. This is my gift to my brother-in-law. He loves golf, so I got this sweatshirt of people playing golf. Hopefully he likes that. I think it's a really nice color. And then this, oh my gosh, I love this so much. This is a wooden dude, and I'm gonna put this on my nightstand, and it's supposed to hold my glasses. Let me give it a try. Oh my gosh, I'm so amused. My glasses are really dirty, so excuse that, but I love this so much. So yeah, this is gonna go on my nightstand. I got this very tiny, colorful vase, and my plan for this is my mom often like snips just one flower and gives it to me. So I think this would be like a perfect size for it. So that is my little haul. lovely friend Rena sent me a bunch of fun stationery goodies from Japan, and there's a bunch of other stuff as well, but I wanted to do a little swatch of the Sailor ink pens. I mentioned these recently in one of my videos, and I think these are rather difficult to find in North America currently. There is the Sailor Shikiori brush pens, but those are not the same as, like, the same line as these ones. I just feel like the luckiest person in the entire world. So thank you so much, Rena, for your amazing gift. I did actually already swatch these in my Hobonichi Cousin because I couldn't help myself, and this is what they look like. But I want to do another set of swatches in my pocket bullet journal because they do tend to perform differently. So let's do that. These come in a pack of 3, and I don't believe they have individual stock currently. As you can see, each color has a number, not a name, and the number coordinates with the Sailor Studio fountain pen inks. So that's pretty cool. And I was joking the other day that now I am tempted to get the matching fountain pen inks. But I'm not going to do that because Lord knows I do not need more ink. Gosh. I don't need more pens. I don't need anything right now. But I'm very excited about these pens. This is what the pen looks like, very minimal. There is a brush tip and a very fine liner tip. And I already mentioned this in my other video, but I love these because the brush tip is very firm and bouncy, and I'm able to create a lot of line variation. By the way, I just made that up. There is no actual names for these. I did get some questions from people asking whether I prefer these over the Tombow dual brush pen markers. And honestly, even though I love these pens, I would still pick the Tombow dual brush pen markers if I had to pick only one. And the reason is I prefer these for brush lettering, but not so much for doodling. Whereas with the Tombows, I prefer those for doodling, and I can get away with lettering, doing some fun brush lettering. So I do find the Tombows to be a little bit more versatile, and of course they have a lot more colors, and it's, I think, more affordable than these ones. I do hope they sell these individually because some colors, like this orange, I wouldn't pick it up if it were me. This last row gives me Rudolph vibes. Whoa, that was a terrible 0. I got distracted while talking. Okay, and then these are the 3 that I already had in my collection. So I'm gonna swatch these as well. And I already talked about this, but 1, 2, 3, I have the ink bottle version. Last but not least, we have 650. I'm curious, if you had to pick one of these to get the ink bottle version of it for your fountain pen, which one would you pick? So I have all of these, and I'm gonna reorganize them by color family, and then I'm gonna put it, I think, with my Copic markers. We will see if I have enough room in my pen cubby. I think that is okay. I do have these like extra random gel pens, which I don't have a place for, so I will probably put it in a pencil pouch. And as this video is coming to a close, I am working on the free printable coloring bookmark, that was a mouthful, for the Facebook group and also for the email newsletter. I try to do some sort of activity every year just as a way, like another way to offer some fun and distraction around the holidays. So this was me doing the illustration for the bookmarks. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will actually also see you this Sunday for a Plan With Me. Thank you for watching, and take care. Bye.